Hello, my name is Dirk Torfs. I will discuss about the impact of digitalization on the manufacturing industry, and I'm leading a research center in Flanders. So the impact today and the trends which are governing this industry are based on three main trends, being the smart connected products and production systems. Secondly, we need to make our products in a small batches, so means customized products, but also produce them in a very particular way that the costs are not exceeding those one of the series production. And third one is also that sustainability for us is also a human machine environment on production. So this means that we are doing the research in order to strengthen the competitiveness of the industry and make sure that we can continue to export as a region as much as possible. We work together with the industry in order to make sure that we have the right strategy, but also deliver on the long-term trends and the needs they have for creating their products and production systems. Today, if you look to digitalization, this is very important for this industry, because without digitalization, there is no future. And this means that they can not only work on the sustainable development goals, but they should also look at many aspects related to Industry 4.0 battle arena. If you look to products and production, that's just only one part of the piece. So today, we see that people are enabling this environment and making sure that technology is used in the company. The company culture is also very important, because the more they interact between each other, the less they have silos in between, the more and the stronger the digitalization will have an impact on the environment. And last but not least, also the business model is very crucial in looking into the future and using digitalization for upgrading their business models, because new business models are appearing and can be used in order to make sure that they have a profitable business and also create more and more impact. If you look today, then of course, to make transformation simple, we have a framework where you have different levels of transformation. Before, let's say in the Industry 3.0 timeframe, we connected and made sure that computers have been introduced in companies. But now in the Industry 4.0 area, you see that we need to create visibility. So this means sensors should be added, that we know what is going on in the factory. Having these sensors, you can create transparency. Transparency means that what is happening is visible to everybody. Once you have this transparency, you can also create a predictive capacity. And this means that you can use the sensor to know not only what will happen, but also be prepared for the future. So to create a context and then also do something with it. And finally, we have the level of adaptability. So this means that we adapt to the environment. A car, if it adapts to the environment, it can start to run autonomously. And so this means that if you want to make sure that you are effective and creating the business for this environment, you have to work at different areas, not only for the organization, but also the culture. But on the other hand, technology is important, and also information. Information system, IT system, OT systems, this is very crucial for this transformation. Last year, we did a survey, and we compared it also to before, and then we saw that companies, they claim that the digital shop floor, so meaning transparency on the shop floor, is very important for them, as well as creating new ways of product development. This is about virtualization, this is about digital twins. And secondly, we also see that people and the culture in the company are very important to make sure that this is happening and is also effective. Having a post-COVID survey, we see even that culture is even more important than the people. Just a few examples. If everybody is talking about actionable intelligence, it means that we create, based on the data we have, insights into the systems, and also use the knowledge in order to make sure that we can take appropriate decisions, which are predictable, but also which are predictable in the effect they create. And in that way, we create a lot of value. For instance, if we have to do some leakage detection of bottles, we can start predicting what is going on based on the first sensor signals, and then very quickly decide whether there is a leakage, yes or no. So this helps. So this artificial intelligence helped us to speed up the system, to test more bottles, so to create effectivenesses, but also productivity. Another example is for machines. If you want to detect a machine, a failure of a machine, then bearings are one of the main components for failure. So the sooner you can detect it, the more time you have to repair it, to execute the maintenance. So we have developed some algorithms which allows us to predict 3 weeks before a failure that a failure is happening. This can also be extended to multiple machines. So if you have a weaving machine, it's placed in India, in China, in Europe, in the US. So we can learn from all these machines, and we are setting up systems, platforms, which allows us to really make the difference and to learn from each other, and then use this information to optimize all the different machines which are in different places in the environment. If we look to data, data is the new gold. So we see that we need, in order to do all of this, we need, first of all, a safe, secure environment, a platform which allows us to work, to connect companies, to connect research institutes, and they can, of course, then store data. Storing data means that we can analyze the data, as we have seen before. But for this data and the analysis, we need tool chains. Also, these platforms also enable us to have common tool chains, which is important if you start to collaborate, and collaboration can speed up the impact of your innovation. And last but not least, having this common environment, you can, of course, do the same things over and over again in a similar way, and then you can also increase the learning from this, this analysis. So digital twins are very important, so because we will create not only the physical product, but also a digital product. And there, all the different steps are needed in order to make this possible. If you apply it to a digital twin, you see here a complex environment which we will create together with Proximus, where people will allow to connect, to analyze data, and then to use something with the data. And this is what we call actionable intelligence for the products, not only for today, for tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow. And this allows us to use products in a different way, in a smarter way, and also to make sure that we can use products as a service. So to conclude this presentation, I have 3 takeaways. First of all, when adopting Industry 4.0, you need to be fast in order to make sure that it's effective. And for that, you need very strong partnerships within an ecosystem where you connect companies, but also research institutes. Secondly, if you want to make the best out of the business for the transformation, you also need to rethink your business model. And X as a service, product as a service, production as a service could be a good idea to think about. And last, think about also the culture of your organization, because if you want to be future-proof, you need to have a digital culture where data and people are very transparent within the organization. Thank you very much.
Proximus. Think possible.